Okay, this is getting carried away. I'm back here again with another update. This update's same day. It's still April 18th, but now I'm going to give you an update on my peaches and nectarines. Um, and so these nectarines have gotten big. This one has some bad damage for on its trunk, so it might not make it that much longer. It may never come out of dormancy next year. But it does have a couple of nectarines on it somewhere in here. I have to go looking for them to find them, but they're in there. Same with this one, has a couple on there. But it lost a lot of them because it flowered really early, and then we had a late freeze, and so, well, that's what happens. Here is my peach I planted 4 years ago. It's well, I'm 6 foot tall, so it's 8 or 9 feet tall right now. I'm keeping it pretty tall right now, because deer, like I said elsewhere, I don't have fences big enough to come through. Speaking of, looks like we had a visitor last night come through and eat some of the foliage off of this. But it does have, peaches scattered throughout in here. So letting it grow. This one's a little smaller, and you can actually see some of the issues I'm having, and that is this right here. That is Shahol disease, and so it's not really doing too much damage to the peaches here, like the actual trees themselves. I got plenty of peaches all throughout on the peach trees here. This peach tree here actually has its first decent amount of peaches as well. And you can see some of them have been out in the sun, so they're getting kind of red already. They still got a while to go. There's like tons of peaches in here. But it was a peach seed that came from that tree there, so it's basically a clone, maybe a little bit offset from that. And then over here, you can see this one's loaded with fruit. I need to go through and thin this. Like, looks like a deer may have thinned one of them, but I need to go through and thin some of these peaches on here so I can get some actual decent sized ones. But they're pretty big. This is a nectarine. This was the smallest nectarine that had some damage that almost died a couple years back, and so it's it doesn't have a ton, like right there. This tried, but yeah, see, it didn't set that one. We had some damage, like I said, that frost freeze took a lot of the nectarines. Unfortunately, it has more Shahol, which is this red marks, and then it develops like an actual hole in the leaf, but that's good because the leaf is actually keeping it from spreading further into the leaf. And so, oh, there we go. There's a big nectarine down in there. But anyway, this side over here keeps getting eaten by deer, and so that's why that branch is so low. It'll probably get munched on again here before too long. But I'm trying to keep these other ones a little bit higher, a little more vertical, and have all the growth up top on it, and then just cut them back every so often so it'll grow a new branch. And that's because it only fruits on first year wood, and so I gotta because otherwise it'll keep going up forever and be 40 foot tall. So I'll have to, continuously come through and get new branches that are lower down so that it can actually fruit where I can reach the fruit. This is a peach that has never actually seen through any peaches. Like, they always fall off beforehand or get some sort of insect damage. It's got a few. It had a ton, but like it lost like a bunch of them because of the freeze, because it was one of the early ones too that got hit by the freeze pretty well. And so it's 5-6 foot tall as well. Some of the bigger branches are close to 7, but there's a couple of spots of shot hole in this, and then this poor white peach here, which has also gotten munched on by deer. As you can see, it has a ton of shot hole. Like the whole leaf turns red and falls off, and it makes it really difficult. This actually had like a ton of peaches on it last year, and there's not even any on it this year. Not any on the new growth at all. It's just because last summer it got hit so bad it just stopped growing and it got so dry. This is actually kind of concerning. I think there's a bug or something in this branch here because there's some dieback in a lot of these branches over here, which it shouldn't be doing. So it's not good. I might actually end up having to take this one out to save the other trees because I think it's just like the source of the shot hole. Because it's always this tree that gets it. It's super super susceptible to it, and it doesn't actually have a lot of peaches this year. Last year it had a ton. The only good one I see, or good couple I see, are right where the deer keep going, so they'll eventually get those. They ate the last good peach off of that one last year and made me really mad. But yeah, so, and then there's this guy here that planted 3 years ago, same time I planted all these other ones, and it just, the deer kept eating it, and it kept not growing. It actually has pretty bad, if you look down here at the base, there's pretty bad canker on it, so it's probably going to eventually die. It gets shot hole pretty bad too, but this is actually the most growth I've ever seen it put on right now. So I don't know, we'll see. I need to go through and clean these trees up, but I've been waiting for some rain to come through, which we're going to get some rain today, or we're supposed to, so we will see what that actually entails. Hopefully with all the apples I don't get any fire blight with the rain, and hopefully with the peaches I don't get any more any brown rot or any of bacterial spot or anything like that likes to happen when it's wet. But it's been so dry that I don't think a little rain, hopefully, knock on wood, I definitely need to knock on some wood, will cause any issues. Alright, well, I'm going to stop this video here, and then I will walk into the backyard and take a look at what I got going on back there. Alright, touch you later.